Let me walk you through step by step how to install a bidet attachment. This is the Luxe bidet. They're my absolute favorite. Luxe has many different colors of knobs available. The one I'm going to be installing features this beautiful gold color. This is everything that comes in the box. They even include a little wrench if you want to use that. They have this T adapter here that you're going to hook the bidet up with, and it even comes with some plumber's tape. They also have a few different sizes here for the seat. So if your seat maybe doesn't sit down flush all the way like, you have a couple of options here to get it to fit right. So to get started, we're going to turn off the water supply to the toilet. Make sure that is turned completely off, and then you're going to empty the tank. So we're going to flush the toilet a couple of times. I like to get as much water as I can out of the tank because we're going to be disconnecting this line temporarily. And so if there's a lot of water in the tank, it's going to drip out, which, I mean, you could put a bucket down there if you wanted, but I'm just going to take this old rag here and I'm going to sop it up into this bucket. So that looks better. Got a lot more water out now. Next, let's take the toilet seat off. We're just going to pop these little caps off here and then unscrew the bolts. Now I cut the part out when I took the seat off first because there was some pretty gross stuff back there. So you're gonna make sure to clean that first. Now this bidet swivels up for easy cleaning. So it's got these little brackets right here that we're going to connect. The toilet bolts are going to sit in these slots. Now you can try out the regular one that comes with it. And of course you can change these if you need something a little bit shorter or a little bit wider. Now I'm just gonna use the ones that came on it already because I know they fit, and I'm gonna line those slots up with the holes in the back of the bowl here, and then we're going to place the seat on there, putting the bolts through those slots. Go ahead and get the screwdriver going and tighten the bolts on both sides. Now that we've got the seat nice and tight, let's work on the next part here. We're going to disconnect the line that's feeding the water into the toilet tank. So I'm just gonna take the little plastic wrench, it fits, so I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that up and then unscrew it. I do have an old towel down at the bottom because a little bit of water still does come out. Next, let's take the T adapter that came with the bidet. We want to make sure this washer is in there. If this rubber washer is missing, look in the box, see if it fell out, but we definitely want to make sure that that's in there. We're going to take some of the plumber's tape, and you just need like, I don't know, maybe 2 inches of it. This stuff is pretty fragile. I mean, it just tears right off, but you want to make sure it doesn't get all wrinkled up. So you want to keep it nice and flat. And then we're going to wrap it around this connection here. You want to wrap it clockwise, the same direction that we're going to be tightening the hose onto. I usually stick my finger in there to make sure the tape isn't blocking the opening. On the hose that came with the bidet, you'll see this brass part on one end, and then you've got a little screen on the other. Let's work on the end with the screen. Just make sure it's seated in there properly. And then we're going to connect it right here to this part of the T adapter. They've got a little built-in wrench system here, so you're just gonna slide that over and get it nice and tight. Next, we're gonna take some more plumber's tape and we're going to put some onto the back here of the bidet. Again, just a couple of inches or so. Wrap it around clockwise. Take the other end of that hose and let's connect it to the back. And you can slide that little built-in wrench to the other end here to tighten it. Let's take a little bit more of the plumber's tape and we're going to put it on the bottom here of this T adapter. Again, we're going to wrap it clockwise. And then place it onto the connection at the tank here. And you're just gonna use the gray nut and get that nice and tight. I do want to point out that there's this nut here at the very bottom of the tank that's connected to this fill valve system, and sometimes it can work itself loose when you're messing with all this down here. So just make sure that's all nice and tight as well. Okay, finally, we're going to hook up the water line that you disconnected from the tank earlier to the bottom of this T adapter. Get a wrench then and tighten it all the way. Now just turn the water on about halfway or so and let's check for leaks. Make sure you check all of the connections and confirm that there's no water coming out of any of the points. And once you've confirmed everything's good, we're going to turn the water on all the way. And you can see our tank is filling up here. This bidet attachment features 2 dials. The first one is just how much water comes out, like the pressure of it. And then the second one is a nozzle clean, a backwash, and a front wash for women. Now, this little piece opens up so you can get in there and clean the nozzles like on bathroom cleaning day. But for just a quick rinse, like everyday cleaning, there's a nozzle clean function where the water will just run down and clean the nozzles off for you. I've got a little cup here I use for cleaning so that I don't spray the water all over myself, but I'm gonna show you how it works. You can see the bidet is spraying upwards for you. I'm really liking this new gold one here in my bathroom. It goes great with the gold accents that I have here. But they also offer a silver one, a rose gold, and then a white one. I have the white one here in a different bathroom. And of course, it features this swivel action here so that when you need to clean the toilet bowl, you can just swivel this up. You can fit the toilet brush back there. It makes life so much easier. I've got everything linked below for you. Drop any questions you have in the comments and be sure to subscribe for more DIY Made Easy.